Are you a digitally savvy or aspiring travel business owner wanting to shake things up in 2023? Then you need to join us for the Travel Trend Summit on the Gold Coast in May. Travel Trend is the ultimate one-day live event that is hell-bent on bridging the gap between our travel business owners and their untapped potential of successfully having a standout travel brand. Want more? Head to stephaниemyers.academy/travel trend and grab your tickets now. Trust me when I say that this is an event you do not want to miss. Be quick, as tickets are only strictly limited. See you there. Hey, I'm Steph, and I'm obsessed with all things travel, marketing, branding, and helping you stand out from the crowd. In just under 2 years, I went from being a home-based travel agent with zero clue how to make it work in the digital world to launching an international ranking travel podcast and creating an online course to help travel agents in lead generation. Here's one thing I know for sure. There has never in the history of the world been a better time to create the travel business you've always wanted. All you need is an actionable strategy and someone to show you the way. Picture this. We're going to spend the next hour of our time together at the Swim Up Pool Bar, where over a cocktail, we deep dive into travel-related topics, mixed with a little classroom training. This show is dedicated to encouraging you to step outside of your comfort zone and into your travel business. I'll show you how I did it and how you can too. Hit subscribe now and let's get into it. If you're a travel agent wanting to stand out in the digital world but you struggle with consistency, tech isn't your jam and you have no idea where to start, join my free masterclass where I talk about exactly this. Head to stephaниemyers.academy/masterclass. You're listening to Unplug in Paradise, the podcast. Hello, welcome back to this week's episode of the podcast. I am enjoying a little bit of a break. It's in the middle of the school holidays at the moment, and I hope everyone's had the most enjoyable Easter, and the Easter Bunny came and supplied you with so many eggs. I know that my little boy pretty much ate all of our chocolate, plus he was trying to like re-gift the bunny that I received from the Easter Bunny, which I was not happy about. But yeah, we had a lovely Easter. We went down to Fingal Head. We woke up at the crack of dawn, so like 5 a.m., packed the surfboard and our little beach wagon in the car and headed down there and watched the most beautiful, luscious orange sunset. And something that I didn't realize, or maybe that I've forgotten because it's been a while since I caught a sunrise. If I said sunset, I mean sunrise. It's still early on in the day today, but what I didn't realize is that the sun's rays, when it's reflecting off the water, and if the water's quite shallow, the sun's rays actually like reflect through from the bottom of the sand and then make their way up to the beach. So it's kind of like that phosphorus effect, but it works because it's reflecting the sun's rays. And I just found myself so desensitized, just like watching the sun's rays kind of reflect into the water. And it was just the most beautiful thing ever. So anyway, we were out there swimming, surfing before 6:30 in the morning. We were, those salty little kids running around having the absolute best time. And yeah, we were swimming with a big pot of dolphins as well. So if you haven't done anything to kind of like break the circuit lately, I can highly suggest doing something completely random, like waking up at the crack of dawn and going and catching a sunrise somewhere. It's my favorite way of pressing the reset button if I feel like I'm in a funk or, just not feeling myself or just wanting to do something different and recalibrate that way. So it beats spending $1 million heading off to Europe at the moment. Like, my God, has anyone seen those airfares? So yeah, no, it's a really cheap and easy way of, pressing that reset button and feeling a little bit better about how you're starting your week. So I hope everyone's having a good day so far. We have got a super cool episode lined up for us today. But before we go ahead, I did want to let you guys know that this episode is sponsored by the Travel Trend Summit that is happening on the Gold Coast. And I can officially say that it's happening next month. And today is exactly 1 month away from the event happening at the Ridges Gold Coast Airport Hotel. On the 19th of May, all my travel agent pals are all going to be joining us, and we've got speakers from inside the industry and a little bit extra from outside of the industry. So, all experts in their niche, in their areas of expertise. We've got representatives coming from Canva, we've got mindset coaches, we've got branding photographers, we've got copywriters, YouTubers, podcasters, travel influencers, Instagram coaches, and as well as people within the industry as well, who are all fairly iconic in their own right. So it's going to be an incredible day. And the number one thing that is really intriguing about the event is that it has a 100% interstate uptake. So the original plan for me was to create an event that was here on the Gold Coast because post COVID, everything that was planned here on the Gold Coast, like events and things like that, have all been pulled. So I thought, well, we need to have an event here on the Gold Coast because everything's now in Brisbane, which for us in the northern New South Wales area can be a little bit of a hike, especially when you've got to battle that traffic. So I thought, you know what, we'll have something here, southern end of the Gold Coast. And then that way, people from, Northern Rivers and Southeast Queensland and inland as well can make it out to the Gold Coast without too much fuss. But what the incredible thing is that it has so far had an 100% uptake of people traveling interstate. So these are people who are booking pre and post accommodation plus flights to get to the event, which is just such a testament and also an absolute such a buzz just knowing that we're going to have people here from all over Australia joining us for the event. So, oh my gosh, can't wait for that to happen. There is so much work that needs to be done between now and then. But if you haven't yet grabbed your ticket, you need to head over to stephaniemyers.academy/travel trend. If you want to grab your tickets, the link is also in my Instagram bio as well. The launch release tickets, I've just added in a few extra tickets because we sold out of our other ones. This event is one that is going to sell out, so don't delay on getting tickets and make sure that you are inviting your travel agent pals too, so then you can have an extended vacay on the Gold Coast for the weekend. So today's episode is all about the power of small wins as a solopreneur and why celebrating them online is a good thing. So, as we know, as a solopreneur myself and small travel business owner, we know that how easy it is to get caught up in the everyday tasks, right? Like, story of our life. And I'm sure it's the same for you because for me, it really is the littlest of things that suck up the most of my time. Because in our line of work, we know that if we're not on our game, something so minute could either turn our client's dream holiday into a momentous moment or into a monster mayhem in like 2 seconds flat. So easy to get stuck on the small stuff, but it's really, really important small stuff, right? Not to mention the reminders that come in every day, like it's also really small things as well, but extremely important. Like, I don't even know where I would be without constant reminders, like whether it come from Outlook or my ClickUp. So yeah, not to mention endless continuous email notifications that keep coming up. And also you could memorize the endless hold music that we experience from day to day. It kind of makes, boring hold music for me just makes 1 hour feel like 5 bloody hours. So yeah, don't know why they haven't yet dived into the aesthetics of hold music yet, because I kind of feel it's such a missed marketing opportunity. So, yeah, with all things considered, we have that and all the things that we have going on our day to day, it is really easy to have all of those things soak up the entire day, right? Like this, all the little things has the capacity to soak up the entire day. And in the meantime, while this is all happening, we are feeling like we are somewhat taking those little steps towards our goals in life. Because we are, right? Like our goals in life are all made up of such little things. But really, the real reason why we're here and doing all the things is because we know that with every small detail that we get to tick off our list of things to do, every booking that we make, and every time that we change someone's itinerary or a time change comes through, or we are printing off documents and presenting them to our clients, all of those seconds, minutes, and hours are all contributing to helping us edge closer to the big picture. The end goal that most times than not, we forget to celebrate all the beautiful, beautiful small wins along the way. So, why do we forget to sit in the joy of the small things, but important things that we do in our business? I mean, we know we probably should at least share the news with someone. Something cool comes across your desk. I don't know about you, but me, I just want to pick up Instagram and start voice noting my friends. So, yeah, whether you call another agent or send a colleague a little voice note saying, "Oh my God, I've just landed these clients. They're the best ones ever." Or they've just booked, an expedition trip or something really, really amazing. Or, you send a quick little text to a business bestie with a party hat emoji, streamers and clinking wine. They know what's up. And, from what my time has taught me as a solopreneur, is that acknowledging the smallest of moments that bring you joy and celebrating these small wins, no matter how tiny they are or how, minute they may seem, it has an incredibly beneficial, so many benefits for what I do in my business that only helps me in the long run and continues to serve me and also my growth mindset. So, to honor the power of small wins, I'm going to share with you 5 reasons why celebrating the positive moments in business and sharing them online to your travel community is actually a really good thing. So, why celebrate in the first place? You're probably thinking, Steph, sounds lame. Why do I need to do this? Okay, so it's not like anyone will be cheering for you in real life if you got a new office chair today, or if you finally bought a new printer, or if you upgraded your computer system. Like, realistically, no one is going to be cheering you on more than yourself unless you share it. So, why do other people need to see this? What can be achieved by sharing all your little wins, whether it's, online or with a friend? I would suggest doing it online because then you are building something. You are building your influence. Okay, so here's the deal. Number one, celebrating small wins helps build momentum. Why? Because when you accomplish something, no matter how small, it gives you that special sense of accomplishment that only motivates you to keep going, even when things feel really tough. By taking a moment to acknowledge it, whatever it looks like for you, I'm a big fan of, double overhead fist pumps at and the desk chair spin at the same time. So if you've got that visual in your mind, that's one of my signature moves when I'm celebrating. So it doesn't matter how you do it, whether you climb up on your coffee table at home and dance your little heart out, taking the time to celebrate the smallest of wins helps create what I like to call that positive energy loop. So excuse me, I grew up in the Byron Shire, so very passionate about energy. So all of that good stuff helps stay in that loop and helps you moving forward. And what it does is it helps you not only to achieve bigger and better things in the future, but what you actively being grateful and praising the good things coming into your world as they come, and you build that into your momentum that you've already created. So, the more small little things that you are recognizing, praising, acknowledging, and showcasing helps you build that momentum moving forward and makes it easier to share. So, number two, this is the magic right here because not only are you choosing not to get bogged down by all the long term goals and big picture stuff that you've set for yourself in your business, yes, it's very important, but you are actually choosing to hone your focus toward acknowledging and celebrating the small stuff, which is the best thing ever, as it's the perfect way for you to stay grounded. This is one thing that I struggle with. I struggle with to keep my 2 feet on the ground. I'm constantly wanting, other things or wanting more fulfillment or blah, blah, blah. Like, it's kind of that rhetoric that, we can never ever have enough fulfillment. But for me, really being grateful for the small stuff in my business and the things that I've created and the people I get to work with has been such a present to myself, because not only has it helped me stay grounded and focused, it's also helping me to appreciate all the progress that I've made, even on the days that I don't feel like I'm making any. And I know you can get me here. Some days you feel like you're just on that little wheel that rats run on. What do they call that? Can't even remember. But yeah, kind of feels like you're running your own race, but sometimes it doesn't feel like you're edging forward towards any of your goals because you're not seeing any big action happening. But still be grateful and be kind to yourself in those moments. Because if we were to look at the longevity of staying grounded in your business and being super proud of all of your achievements and celebrating them online with your travel community, this alone has the capacity to help you avoid two of our biggest nemesis: burnout and overwhelm. As you focused on the smaller things, you are then focusing on the more achievable goals that do make up your big picture. So, number three is that a simple task, such as sharing your wins online, like it seems pretty basic, right? But something just just whipping out your phone, taking a picture of something or posting something from your camera gallery and posting it and wondering, okay, so what's my caption? What's my hashtags? What am I going to like? What's the angle here? What's my call to action? What do I want from this post? What's my aim? Like, what am I trying to put out there? Who am I talking to? So all of those things could be really daunting and crippling for some people. And especially for someone who hasn't yet reached that level of confidence in their business, that they feel like they are even the face of their business, like they're hiding behind a logo, they're hiding behind brand colors, they're hiding behind a keyboard. They very much refer to the business as, we or our rather than me and I, if they're the only ones behind the scenes. So if you don't have that level of confidence yet in your business, you might still feel like you've got a few things to sort out before you get to that stage. And that's totally okay. But just knowing where you're at is such a testament to you and your growth and also your awareness on the things that you know that you can improve on. So, by doing this, you may not even realize, but this is your ticket. Sharing your wins is your ticket to boosting your confidence online, increasing your self esteem, and how you feel about showing up for your business. It's a game changer, believe me, trust me. We know that it's all not sunshines and rainbows in travel, and there are so many things that have the potential to really knock us off our perch at any time throughout the day. And especially as a solopreneur, whether you work in a team or you run your own business from home, it is so easy to feel overwhelmed. It is so easy. There are so many opportunities for you to, start doubting your abilities and get sucked down the rabbit hole of reinforcing why you shouldn't show your face online or why you're not putting yourself in your business in the first place. But by posting a simple win and delving into your thoughts behind why you're sharing, could not doesn't, doesn't need to be anything crazy, but you don't know, like someone on the other end, you just might make someone else's day by just posting something. And on the same token, you're also reminding yourself of your own incredible skill set as well. So yes, tick to the confidence boost, tick to the increased level of self-esteem, and all the ticks to all the positive energy and impact that you're bringing into your personal and also your professional life. So really, it's a win-win-win. So number 4, which flows on from building our confidence, is reducing our own stress and anxiety about how we feel about putting ourselves inside of our business. So, what can we do to reduce the pressure and tension that comes with constantly striving for big achievements? A story I want to share with you is that I know that when I first started my podcast back in 2019, I had big dreams of being this superstar podcaster, right? Still hasn't happened, but we're here and we're building something. Every episode is helping me get to, a rather far-fetched goal. But listen, if I have one person, like if you're listening and you're taking one thing away from every episode, then that is just that, that fills my cup. That's enough for me. But, back in the day, I had no idea what I was doing. But you know what I did do? I threw myself in the deep end on purpose. Who does that? But yeah, I had nothing to lose. And I just started talking to myself and recording it on my phone. Yes, I hated my own voice. Yes, I felt like an absolute freaking knob doing it. Yes, I was comparing myself to highly experienced podcasters who had been doing this for a decade before I even realized or even tuned into a podcast or found out what podcasts were. And yes, I was comparing myself to other experienced podcasts before I even had a show. So, yes, I criticized myself at every single turn. And I criticized myself over every single damn thing that came out of my mouth. And that was a really, really hard thing for me because I was my own worst enemy. But really, at the end of the day, all that really did for me was carve out and work out my place in the podcasting world and also in the travel industry too. Like it was quite new. Like there was no one else at the time when I started my podcast that had one. So, I had to work out where I fit. But first of all, I had to trust that people would want to listen to me. I had to tell myself that I deserved my space, and I had to constantly reassure myself. And, even if I didn't 100% truly believe it, I had to show myself that I was grateful that I had a voice or that I have a voice, which has been the biggest hack to stripping away all that stress, all that anxiety, and has helped me build my own sense of well-being. And, as a really secure trust in myself that no, I'm not always going to get it right. And it's okay to not know all the things. It's, I learn from every single guest that comes on our, the Unplug in Paradise podcast. Every guest we've hosted, I've learned so much from in my own journey. Like, and I, selfishly invite them on because I want to learn from them. And I hope you get as much out of them as well, out of our guest episodes. So yeah, I'm here for all the lessons because if you don't try, you'll never know where the journey can take you. And for me personally, breaking away from all of the things that, have the tendency to cripple you the most is essential for building a sustainable, happy, and successful business in the long term. Number 5, this one is my all-time favorite, is that no matter how many hard things you have on your plate that you have to get through on the day-to-day, sharing a small win to your socials has the insane ability to turn your day around. Like the amount of times I've shared something and I've gone, okay, cool, who's going to look at this? No one's going to care. Is that moment another business owner sees you or another travel agent sees you or one of your clients sees you, and comments on the spectacular work that you do. And listen, like, you don't have to fish for compliments. Like, it's not a thing that you feel like you have to do, but why not do that? It feels really nice. If you don't ask for feedback, or if you don't put it out there, you're not going to get it back. So that's that input versus output. And realistically, who doesn't want a special little something to help keep you motivated during the ups and downs of entrepreneurship, right? Like, we're all in this race together, because running a business, like, it's challenging, and there is inevitably always going to be setbacks, tests, trials, tribulations, and failures all along the path. But what we do and how we celebrate will help us stay motivated and keep us pushing forward even through the toughest of days. And something we travel business owners are very aware of is that it takes so much to build our resilience and to stay focused even in the face of adversity. Like, hello, just look at the last few years. So it's time to start acknowledging just how incredible you are. And don't ever forget to share your wins along the way. It's going to help you, believe me. With the world the way it is at the moment, we want them to realize that we are human too. Like, what a way to build connection. Like, oh my gosh, I just got my brand new ink for my printer. Like, winning. Like, it's the smallest stuff. It's like when you are an adult and you get really, really floored by new household appliances, like a new Dyson or a new air fryer. Like, oh my God, it's just the best thing ever. But if you're posting those things online, like, there's other people seeing that going, hell yeah, girl, like, you've got this. And it just brings that positivity into your world as well. So, yes, you are incredible. Share your wins with the world so we can all celebrate it together, because small wins means big impact, even if it just starts out as a ripple. So, thanks for tuning in. That's today's episode, a very special one. I felt like needed to be out there. So hope you have enjoyed the chat, and I would love for you to share with me what little wins that you're going to be sharing with your community this week. And I can't wait to celebrate with you. Make sure you tag me if you're sharing it to social media. And yeah, would love to share in your wins and cheer you on this week. Until next time.